the area.
But if it now stops and focuses on someone, there's someone in the control room that is able to stop and go, hey, something's going on.
Yes.
Okay.
Damn. Kicking the show's head.
No,
Damn.
that's Mob, innit? Is that Mob? Mob is on Mind Games. Mob, he could have played centre forward, you know.
Damn.
He could have. This person here could play centre forward. I'm not even gonna lie. Look, that's good form. Look,
the show's head.
That's good form still.
Damn. Kicking the show's head.
With the big old look, the big.
Damn.
You can't play. You see them mobile phone clips back in the day. Look, he's kicking the shit out of man. Centre half. That is. You're right. That is centre half. That's get out of my box. Yeah.
Damn.
Pause. Look how good the phone clips were back in the day. Look how good the phone clips were back. Bro's doing full on volleying, fully on booting off a man's face, and the phone ain't moving. That's called a hip clip. You lot don't know. Cleric Romero badness getting kicked with a hard dress shoe is Mind Games. Now we need to see the old school joints. This is too modernized. Oh, I'm on YouTube. That's why, dickhead. You know what? You know the badness. This footage is from the hotel cameras, Chinks. I know. Hoofing man's head clear is Mind Games getting kicked with it. Yeah, this is it. It's one of these joints with this clip on the back. I'm telling you. I know for a fact. That's good. This is some kind of kiddie case is this? Go open it up and take your phone out like surprise. That's crazy. I know. Yeah, the sideways. The briefcase on your hip. Don't play it. Let me move it for the verts. Briefcase on your hip. 6150 badness. That man was hyped up after the Tyson fight. Facts. And turned into soccer stars. That's crazy. Just calm. You know them one there.
Calm.
Yeah. Look sturdy, you know. Look at the velocity. Beam.
Damn.
Beam.
Kicking the show's head.
Beam. Phone ain't move. Nah, Doug said, use this on ringtones. You're a hustler. You're an original hustler, rude boy. Yeah. Man, I wearing leather on the hip. Man got the John Terry DRB kicking. Oh, that was crazy.
Gang member that might have had 7% body fat back then and was, in his prime and was scary.
Mind games. What was the need for all of that? What was the fucking need?
Gang member that might have had 7% body fat back then and was, in his prime and was scary is.
Suck your mother, ruling.
Now an older toothless, bulldog, that's resting in the shade.
You better. Suck your mother,
and was scary is now an older toothless, bulldog, that's resting in the shade.
You better treat me as a hostile witness. You asking me questions, I can't answer those questions. I would shout out 3 of them if he touched me. I don't want to send him to prison.
Sure.
Even though we don't like each other.
Sure.
You asking me questions that can hurt him.
Some type of information that said that guy is a bunch of other people who were involved in what?
In the murder of Tupac.
My question
to you. Stop. You're not going to understand if you let me explain to you.
No, answer my question.
I'm not answering nothing.
Day 2 of the Tupac.
Dark and corrupt, evil and sick.
Am I bugging? Yeah, you lot. Yeah, man's kicking the dog while he's down. Is fact. That was very unnecessary. That was very personal. But is man a murderer? Who knows? And it was more negative and bad. Like, do you get what I'm saying? But am I wrong? Yeah. Could he just say, like, to any questions? Couldn't he just say, I don't recall? Like, because there's clips I've seen before, and he actually answers some questions.
Murder trial has concluded. We get some hilarious moments today with the head of security at Club 662. Him and Keefe D obviously don't like each other. He's trying to avoid snitching. It's wild. Hit subscribe. Let's go. All right, here's Keefe D walking in. Let's go.
I went to medical school at the University of Connecticut School of Medicine. I did a pathology residency at Hartford Hospital in Connecticut. In the background is a green body bag, and the way that we sealed the body bag to preserve the body as evidence is we put this little blue tag through the eyelets of the zippers as they come together to demonstrate that the body.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. We're seeing Tupac's body bag right now.
Placed into that sealed body bag and then received in the office with that seal intact at that time. Similarly, we also attached onto that area what will become the toe tag, the identifying marker for that particular body, that particular individual.
You know what, though? Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. You can plead your Fifth Amendment right only if it would incriminate you, not someone else. Okay. I feel like at some point she's going to say that this was open, because if I could imagine me being an idiot and other people and staff hearing that Tupac's in the body bag, we'll probably go fucking look at it.
What will become the toe tag, the identifying marker for that particular body, that particular individual. This is the right side
Where am I
of
going,
the
though?
body up by the chest area. You can see the right axilla or armpit in that region. And then you could see some of the sutures of what they call a thoracotomy incision, where they've cut into the side of the chest. And then just below that, this is an entrance gunshot wound.
And then just below that thoracotomy chest, there appears to be a stitched up area. I can move my mouse too, right there. What is that?
That's a sutured chest tube site.
So he had a tube there to help drain some of what was going on in his body.
Correct. And in the previous one that had all the medical intervention, you could see from the left side there was a similar chest tube on that left side.
Gives me like the heebie-jeebies. Like, I cannot be a doctor ever. Like, the thought of like operating on someone or cutting into someone, like, it literally could give me the chills. Like, it's so gross to me for some reason.
It entered here in the right lateral aspect of the chest, just below the axilla, the armpit, and then went across the right chest space, went across the right lung, and then
Yeah, that's facts, Revs, because I think that's what them cartel men do or whatever as well.
ended up coming to rest in what we call the sternal notch. The sternal notch is a location just between where your collarbone was documented within the medical records that he had about 2 liters of blood in his chest cavity when they put in the chest tube.
Random people turning up at Rages, she called the police and everything. What, is this recent or a long time?
To try to save him. And similarly, they ended up removing that lung to try to save him and kind of clamp off the bleeding. And then it already...
Who's this guy?
And once again, we want to make sure that we're accurate, right? So what is your role in this whole thing? And what
Oh shit, they played the video.
So he wasn't able to breathe. He was bleeding out. End up not being able to circulate the fluid in the body that they're trying to give you, and so it kind of seeps into the tissues, and it makes your tissues look kind of bloated and literally bloated.
I work as an investigator for MGM Resorts, responsibility over surveillance and security surveillance and investigations.
This sounds like a damn detective for a casino. Like, that's crazy.
Were you requested to come here to authenticate some video that was collected well back in 1996 from the MGM?
Yes, I was.
I was about to say, he looks too young to be working 30 years ago in this case. So he brought in the footage, I'm guessing, or a lot of stuff about MGM.
Where would that have occurred at?
The MGM Grand Garden, which is located at the top of the screen.
Up here.
It's kind of depressing looking back at footage like this. Like, the world was so different. I wasn't even born yet, and this shit looks like nostalgic to me. I can't imagine being like, this was like my 20s or something. Like, I don't know. I get depressed about shit from 2017. So it's just showing the footage of them beating him up again. Orlando Anderson, Keefe D's nephew. Here we go. Here's the fight right here.
Wasn't this because Palm, didn't he rub someone's chain though? Didn't he rub someone's chain before this moment here? Or am I bugging? Or what, did he have an argument with someone or something? I'm sure there was a because this was retaliation when they caught my man slipping. I'm sure it was, if I remember correctly. Who's messaging me, man? Bumblewall, man. Mind games. Men made a fucking Ant-Man. No fly, man.
Look, they're hitting him.
Something happened at there was beefing historically. Something happened at the Source Awards too when Suge done that speech. Yeah, man, it wasn't unwarranted.
Here for a second to orient everybody. So the camera, is it being operated manually by a cameraman so he can stop it on something that he's looking at?
He can stop it at a location, but that movement that you saw was just the camera in rotation.
Yeah, right.
Just
See, look, Ruckus is right. Yeah, Orlando jacked a death row chain. So it's on site, bro. You know the badness. You're from Birmingham. OT, tell him. Chat to him, OT. He's talking like he's from Great Yarmouth. Like he don't know the badness. OT, where you at? My Bramwellites, chat to him. He's acting like he don't know the badness. Tupac did what he was meant to do. That's mind games. Von and Pac kind of went out the same way, innit? When you think about it. Pac's was just more delayed, but they kind of went out the same way. Keefe D gang fire was protecting Diddy and them. Man were checking him from back then, you know. That's crazy. They was doing tit for tat for time. Not having your phone on silent in 26 is mind games. You know what? You're right, you know, Quest. You're right. That Source Award speech was actually aimed at Jermaine Dupri's. No, it weren't. They finding Biggie's murder next. Same way. Remember, Pac was rolling with the Pyro blood, so that's how it happened. Why do I keep missing? Pac should have been packing. Mind games. That's fuckeries, Rex. That's fuckeries.
The area.
But if it now stops and focuses on someone, there's someone in the control room that is able to stop and go, hey, something's going on.
Yes.
Okay.
Damn. Kicking the show's head.
No,
Damn.
that's Mob, innit? Is that Mob? Mob is on Mind Games. Mob, he could have played centre forward, you know.
Damn.
He could. This person here could play centre forward. I'm not even gonna lie. Look, that's good form. Look,
the show's head.
That's good form still.
Kicking the show's head.
With the big old look, the big.
You
can't play. You see them mobile phone clips back in the day. Look, he's kicking the shit out of man. Centre half. You're right. That is centre half. That's get out my box. Yeah. Pause. Look how good the phone clips were back in the day. Look how good the phone clips were back. Bro's doing full on volleying, fully on booting off a man's face, and the phone ain't moving. That's called a hip clip. You lot don't know. Cleric Romero badness getting kicked with a hard dress shoe is bar games. Now we need to see the old school joints. This is too modernized. Oh, I'm on YouTube. That's why, dickhead. You know what? You know the badness. This footage is from the hotel cameras, Chinks. I know. Hoofing man's head clear is bar games getting kicked with it. Yeah, this is it. It's one of these joints with this clip on the back. I'm telling you. I know for a fact. That's good. This is some kind of kiddie case is this? Go open it up and take your phone out like surprise. That's crazy. I know. Yeah, the sideways. The briefcase. Briefcase on your hip. Don't play. Let me move it for the verts. Briefcase on your hip. 6150 badness. That man was hyped up after the Tyson fight. Facts. And turned into soccer stars. That's crazy. Just calm. You know them one there.
Calm.
Yeah. Look sturdy, you know. Look at it. Look at the velocity. Beam.
Kicking the show's head.
Beam. Phone ain't move. Nah, Doug said, used to sell ringtones. You're a hustler. You're original hustler, rude boy. Yeah. Man, I went leather on the hip. Man got the John Terry DRB kicking. Oh, that was crazy. Nah, who remembers that? I don't think they even showed that. I'm sure that was at least 30% deliberate from DRB.
But I was really scared after I killed him. And I was on my knees. I think maybe if you see some pictures, I was on my knees and I was saying, God, I don't want to kill someone. Please, no. But I was really scared.
To be honest, it wasn't even that much. I thought it was way more, it was like a flick. I thought it was way
really
more,
scared after I killed him. And I was on my knees. I think.
So that DRB kick live, shouting Crazy Frog is mind game. Roy Keane defending. Man got just, yeah. He got boot up still. Muay Thai kick to the face.
The gentlemen in white shirts, are they security guards, and the gentlemen in tan shirts, Metro Police?
Yes, sir.
Is that a Dan Marino jersey?
Once again, it appears...
Oh, so is this after the kick-in? Did we miss the kick-in? I can't feel sorry for Gentry. It's aggressive in real time. They're slowing it down to see the connection. Look, went for the heel back to Hihachi. Remember Hihachi and Tekken does an axe kick, look. Beam! Look at the planted leg. He's getting maximum force on these.
Kicking.
Leg is planted, stern like a boxer.
The show's head.
Boot a man up.
The gentlemen in white shirts, are they security guards, and the gentlemen in tan shirts, Metro Police?
Yes, sir.
Is that a Dan Marino jersey?
Once again, it appears that the victim of the beating was wearing that 13 Marino shirt.
No, man.
Let's see.
Man's taking me down history lane, you know. What's this one? Berkovich, John. Oh, I remember this.
Football training sessions are intense, but this was straight up brutal. In 1998, West Ham teammates John Hartson and Isle Berkovich were just going through a routine practice until things got ugly.
What happened, OT? What happened to him?
Berkovich went down after a tackle, and as he tried to get up, Hartson did the unthinkable. A full force kick straight to Berkovich's face. The moment, caught on camera. The reaction, pure outrage. Hartson was fined, condemned by fans and pundits, and his reputation took a massive hit. Berkovich later said, "If Hartson wasn't my teammate, he'd be in jail for that." Years later, Hartson admitted regret, calling it one of the worst moments of his career. Football training...
It wasn't that bad. Oh, he collapsed again, getting fully punted in pimp liver crocodile shoes. It's my games, facts.
See what defense lawyer does on cross here.
In this case, you were asked to retrieve this video that was what we've all seen right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you have to write a report for that?
No.
Now, you had shared with us earlier that you had reviewed the videos. Anything about the review of the videos that would have required you to put it into a report?
No.
Okay. And you were going to, I must have cut you off. You were going to say something. Did you want to finish?
I did not, like you said that I provided this video.
Oh, excuse me. Apparently, he got some seizure going on. He got neurological dysfunction. Eric Cantona, that was the fan, innit? He fly kicked the fan, if I remember correctly. I think he got banned for that as well. Did he get banned for like bare time for that? Or am I bugging? Did he have to get banned for a season or something for that madness? Or am I wrong? That's crazy. From Mob James and Tupac kicking up someone, man's gone to bare football boot offs.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did not provide this video.
Okay, so
that ended his career, you know. That one actually ended his career, rude boy. The Keenan Harland one, or Harland's pops, if you didn't know.
So, and once again, we want to make sure that we're accurate, right? So, what is your role in this whole thing, and what you did here?
The video.
Eric Dyer went to the stands and tried to fight a guy. Someone else did that as well. One of them South American players, I'm sure. Keenan Vieira, but no one got kicked. No, don't get me started on the Eduardo tackle. Not to mention the Ramsey. Don't get me started on those.
That we all reviewed to be able to say that it's MGM Grand's video, that's MGM Grand's location, and whatever you guys want to talk about inside of the video. Yes.
I mean, you don't have any other way of verifying any of the time and date in this case outside of what's time-stamped on the video, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And that's not a trick question. I just want to make sure it's like, yeah, you're good. But in terms of the case itself...
this defense lawyer keeps reassuring all these guys.
Do you remember that Reading and Chelsea game where two goalkeeper got kicked in the head? Nah, but I remember, was it a Reading player who need check in the head that made him have to wear the helmet? The Jong with the sweet chin music. Didn't the Jong fly kick someone in the chest, didn't it? No, yeah, you're right, yeah.
He's like, I'm not trying to trick you.
check.
I'm just genuinely figuring stuff out here. He said that like 2 other witnesses.
Okay, and some of them are concerned with, like, say, cheating on the tables and that kind of thing, right?
That is a different team altogether.
I see.
You have your security team.
Yeah, I remember that helmet. We got a helmet check.
Have your gaming surveillance team.
Them casinos, they don't want people cheating. They see you winning too much, your ass getting kicked out.
Does it indicate that Orlando Anderson was trying to, or sorry, this person in the 13 was attempting to push past the security into this cafe when he was attacked?
Yes, sir.
Nothing further.
Any recross based on that, Mr. Sandwich?
So I think there was some dispute over whether or not it was actually Orlando Anderson identified in the 13 jersey, the Dan Marino jersey. Defense trying to cast doubt that it's even him. Based on the pictures I've seen of Orlando, it looks like him.
And in terms of the report itself, is it...
My lawyer can't have a man bun, I'm sorry. Call me petty or childish or even fishy, but my lawyer can't have a man bun, I'm sorry.
Is it a standard report that would have been drafted back in those days?
Yes, sir.
All right. And there would have been somebody who would have supervised that report, I would assume, and reviewed it?
Yes, sir.
Do you know who it is in this document?
Who the supervisor?
The supervisor is?
I don't know who the manager at the time was. No.
All right. Once again, not you. You were 12. Right? Okay. I have no further questions.
When I noticed a DMA wearing a sports jersey force his way past the officers.
This video, you have a conversation with this individual, correct?
Yes, I did.
The ball boy Hazard kicked is the co-founder of AU Vodka. Swear down. Randy Orton punt is mind games. Attitude adjustment.
And at that time, did you ask him to identify himself?
Yes, I did.
How did he identify himself?
He identified himself through a California driver's license, which security had in their possession and gave to me.
Wait, I thought yesterday they said they never got an ID and it was just Orlando. Or maybe that was just that one detective said that and didn't know that. I could have swore yesterday they said there was no ID given.
This is just a fight.
Lawyer looks like a Shabbat is mind games. He's got tattoos on his hand.
Oh, he's the victim, correct?
We thought he was a victim, yes.
And so, did you talk to him about whether or not he wished to press charges or be involved? Describe that for us.
Yes, I asked him first if he needed medical assistance, and he refused. He said he was fine. I then asked him what happened, and he told me basically that a couple of guys that he didn't know jumped him.
Good pause, isn't it? Good pause.
And once again, I asked him if he needed medical.
For a West Coaster, that was a good pause. You're getting better at this.
He said no. I asked if he wanted to file a report, and he said no.
This prosecutor has a thing where he just holds his beard.
I feel like the key thing.
I can't unsee it now. It's all he does.
The highlights I was watching before was better than this.
To whatever the crime you believe has occurred. That would mean at that particular point you don't have it, right?
How's your Roos's mind game?
I would agree with that.
In your experience throughout law enforcement, even up to currently, have you ever seen...
You know what? I want to see him bind.
And you could have just done it without.
Yes.
Now, in addition to that, obviously, if you didn't have those things, you suspected somebody, but you don't have DNA, you don't have fingerprints, you don't have an eyewitness, you don't have surveillance video, you don't have anything at all that would tie that person to whatever the crime you believe has occurred, that would mean at that particular point you don't have it, right?
I would agree with that.
In your experience throughout law enforcement, even up to currently, have you ever seen an investigator or the Clark County District Attorney's Office be the primary
Big up, Chase.
officer on a case?
No.
No further questions. Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Dudakma?
All right, that's it for the cold case guy. Oh God, who is Unc?
James McDonald. JAMES McDonald.
Mr. McDonald,
Big
it's
up,
fair to say that
Chase.
you're here because of a court order. Is that right?
Correct.
That you didn't volunteer to come or anything like that?
Not at all.
Okay. But you were instructed by a court that you had to attend.
Yes.
I want to ask you about September 7th, 1996. Were you at Club 662?
Yes.
What was Club 662?
It was a club that Shield bought, and we operated it. When he opened, I was head of security through the neighborhood. Just a place to go and hang out.
How'd you know Shug?
He lived in my neighborhood.
And is that in Compton?
Yes.
Okay. When you were at Club 662, you said you were head of security.
Yes.
Was somebody by the name of Reggie Wright Jr. there with you?
Not at that time.
All right, some more context. This is Mob James. He worked at 662. Obviously, they just discussed that. Suge Knight owned Club 662 where they were going. So this guy worked for Suge Knight. This is an enemy of Keefe D. So this is going to be chaos.
When was he with you?
I got out of prison in 1988. Shield came and got me in
Crazy.
1988.
I was born in 87.
Like 4 days from coming home.
Heard him getting it.
I fish them boy there. Give me that fish sign.
It's flying about.
Home. Started another company, Burn Hill Records. Then Death Row Records came. Soon as Death Row was launched, Reggie came a few months after that.
Okay, so we're talking about the start of Death Row Records. Reggie wasn't part of Death Row Records initially, but you were.
Yes.
And then Suge Knight, was he the boss of Death Row Records?
Yes.
Can you tell me what the difference between a gang member and a gangbanger is?
A gang member hangs out. A gangbanger handles his business, put in work, do with the gang.
Is he talking too much? Or didn't, ain't this what Gunna got in trouble for, Dino? I couldn't answer any questions about what I did on a day in 1996. Dino, I couldn't tell you what I did 2 or 3 days ago. I'd have to think to remember. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I don't understand how people do that. And you know what? Another thing I'm tired of, and this is my new thing. Like, you see, like when people ask me to do, like, can I do stuff or can I forward to something? Yeah. Like earlier on this month, someone asked me, could I do something for them at an event on like the 23rd of August? And I'm thinking, I said to them, yeah, I don't remember that far ahead, yeah, so you're going to have to remind me closer to the time. Now I'm just going to start saying to people, yeah, I don't know what, like, I don't think that far ahead. I don't know what mood I'm going to be in on that day, so I'm not making no commitments. Because on the day, he did talk too much, Ruckus. Today I might feel cool, like I'm going to do it, but around that time, who knows what happened? Someone might piss me off. So if the commitment ain't in the next few days or within the next week, don't ask me to do it. I don't know what mood I'm going to be in after this week. So I'm not making no commitments to anything because later on I might not want to do it and I'm not going to turn up because you lot know me. I'm someone who I do it my way. I'm not into doing what I don't want to do. Sorry.
And did what the gang do.
And what was your role with Death Row?
I was the guy that if something happened, she would have you take care of that. Like Snoop Dogg tried.
Yeah, fact, Dino, I'll let you know. That's the new one. I'll let you know. Unless you're coming outside and pay money, it ain't worth it, I'm telling you. I don't know, Ruckus. The last one I went to was kind of, I feel like it's a bit boring now, man. My feet hurt. My feet hurt, bro.
Well, there was issues up there. I was sent up there to make sure those problems didn't happen again.
And are those problems, and I'm not asking you to get into specifics, but are those problems meaning issues with other people who might be gangbanging or might be trying to threaten folks?
Correct, yes.
And you were somebody that Suge relied on to be able to protect.
You know what? Back in the day, yeah, of course, when I was younger, yeah, this is what Carnival was to me. I just used to go and have to recover since the parade. Yeah, I'm almost back to normal. I'm almost. When I was younger, I'd go Carnival. I'd get so many girls' numbers, I wouldn't need to move to a girl again till next year, Carnival. At times when I was going Carnival and getting 17 numbers and nonsense, like I don't even remember. I'm going back to my phone, I don't even remember who this is. I just used to go, re-up, get pure numbers, toast throughout the year, and then just go back and re-up. That was too much people, and that's exactly where I'm at now with it. It's too much people, and I don't like people. I don't want to be around all these peoples and have to hear all this bullshit they're talking. It's been years, but I had fun whenever I went.
Real bad man.
His roster of music artists and other things like that.
Correct.
Are you familiar with somebody by the name of Tupac Shakur?
Yes.
How are you familiar with Tupac?
He was.
Come on, bro. This was young days, though, man. It was effortless. You just hand them the Nokia. You just hand them the Nokia. That's all you got to do. Just hand them the Nokia. That's all you have to do.
Under Death Row.
And when he was signed with Death Row, was he also would he also hang out with you guys?
He hung with my brother now. Yeah. Not me.
Who is your brother?
Alfred McDonald. Buntry Ave.
Did he went by Buntry?
Yeah.
Okay, that was your perspective of it then.
That's all it was. And we all fell. Some of us fell victim to it because we allowed ourselves to be a part of the BS, should I say? And that was a situation between record companies, not gangs. So technically, it wasn't our business. But when you had 20 men just fresh out of prison and didn't have a way of getting the things they wanted.
I wish you would have tried that with me. Don't play. Listen, yeah, Gannett. This is how smooth I was, yeah. One time I was driving, me, the man, them in the car, innit? We're driving, and then the girl behind, the girl like in the lane next to me was nice looking food, yeah. I'm driving like, yo, babes, where I going? I had my BlackBerry, yeah, and I threw it in her car. Word, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Word to jar on neighborhood. You lot know I don't play about the set on neighborhood. On the dead low schoolyard. I threw my BlackBerry in her car. Do you get what I'm saying? Threw my BlackBerry in her car. She put her pin in it and threw it back. Word to jar. I swear on my seed bags. I swear on my coin purse. I swear on my. You think I'm lying on my ball sack? I swear on my ball sack. That breeds life. You think I'm like on my yeah? Don't on everything I love. Just a frisbee that I had the BM compact blue. She had what's she in a Peugeot? On a Peugeot. Nigga, please, what was traffic saying? It was on Bricky Hill. I could tell you exactly where. It was just before the abortion clinic. Big up the abortion clinic. Do you get what I'm saying? Very nice people around there. First name basis and them thing there. Big up yourself. It was near there, Bricky Hill. I can't even. Was Pres with me? I don't think Presley was with me. Nah, it was Presley with me. Let me see if Presley was with me. Let me phone. I know Kevin was. Let me see if Presley was with me. It's late. He's got a job in them thing there. This is disrespectful. He's a grown man. I'm too old for this. Yo. IP. You good, my boy? Yeah. I'm on stream, innit, yeah, and I'm telling them a story. I can't remember if you was there, yeah. Was you in my car, yeah, when there was a girl and I threw my BlackBerry in her car and she gave me a pin and threw my phone back? I don't think I was there for that one. Safe. The chat think I'm chatting shit now. No, I'm joking. Like what? It was Kevin. Kevin was there. I know it was. I think it was Kevin and Ashley.
No, there was one time we was at Bagel King and then we done a little.
Yeah, come on, bro. Top strikers. Yeah, come on. That's hilarious. Remember one time when you was in a rave and you was mash up and the girl was just throwing back shots in your lap when you were sitting down? Oh shit. I forgot about that. Police tried to write off my whip, you know. Oh, you know why man's a dickhead, P? They crashed into my car while it was parked, got out and breathalyzed me, and didn't take a breathalyzer themselves. They're pussios. Oh yeah, and they didn't even nick the ute that they crashed into man's car. They were chasing dickheads. Yeah. No, that was hilarious. But I know you got work in the morning. I felt like a fucker phoning you. Yeah, no, that's bliss, man. I'll shout you tomorrow though, my boy, man. You know. Alright, love. See my other bridge, and I ain't spoke to him in time. So phoning him now to ask him this is corny. It's corny. But don't worry, I'm gonna chat to him again. Anytime someone calls to back up a story, it never works out. It never works out. It never works. Where's special at AC? We need it. I big up Nino, my boy. I hope you're blessed, man. There's no cap in my rap though. Don't worry, I'm gonna back up the story. Who was here when I told man about the black eye? Who was here when I got the black eye for my girlfriend and I verified the story? Who was here? That video was on my old channel that got deleted. I'm never gonna see that again. No. Nah.
Getting a paycheck from Suge, we did.
Oh, you was here? No, you was here getting it. I pick up over to you lot here from early. That was classical. That was 2 hours of premium content. That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Almost anything and everything to get that paycheck.
Now,
big up Kizzy, my boy. I hope you're blessed, man. Appreciate your presence. I remember that you called at like 4 a.m. I went mad. She was an NW legend after that. Oh shit, yeah. Hey, she tapped me in my eye, you know. I Stonebridge man, yeah. No, you remember too much details. You remember you know when Spray says you're laughing too much. You're laughing too much, innit? Yeah, mind game.
was there another gang that was associated with Bad Boy Records, the East Coast record company that Puffy had?
The only one I know of is Southside.
And did that escalate the tension between...
I had to catch the bus with a black eye, you know. And you know what the worst thing is, you know, you get a black eye, it affects your brain. So like now when you see light, it hurts you. Like you get a headache when you see light. So man's just on the bus, just head down. Like if I look up at the lights, head's just... Like my man's, if the world could spin in 24 hours and I'll be taking showers, you know, I don't know, I got mystical powers. You know, my head was just in pain. I big up Night West, my boy. I hope you're blessed, man. I appreciate you. My memory is unique like that. Yeah, when it comes to buying for me, of course it is. Of course she's there for the 18 bus with a black eye is my games. All the way, I northwest to south, you know, just an hour head ringing off in severe pain. I went mad. I said, TFO with a shiner, fire is dark.
Mob, Pyro, and Southside.
And know that way there. Hey, you ever been having a conversation with the babes, and then 2-2s you just see darkness and your ears are ringing. Just what was going on? I was just talking. What's going on? What happened? I didn't even see the fist. I just saw something near my eye, and then my eye closed without me telling it to. You know, just my eye just went into self-operate. Getting flashbanged embarrassed at the same time. Yeah, she caught me lacking still. She caught me with a swift one. You know, the knuckle turns up. Yeah, she caught me still. CHINX, the other story I remember is when your brother was having trouble in uni and you went down there to help him and left him there with your brethren and you saw the other guys. What one is that? No, that wasn't my brother. That was my brethren Silent from West. That was college. That weren't uni. Oh, that was hilarious, man. She used to shout. Yeah, defo Kizzy, man. I'm back on footy, bro. Defo. We defo link up, man. Get some shit done. Caesar's looking, promising. But what was that now? Alright, so I said I'll tell you that story. Now? This is what happened here. We're in the Stonebridge back to South and the bus feels like a field trip. I was making that with regularity. I think I catch the train. I catch the bus. I would usually catch the bus to Harlesden, get the train from Wilson Junction to Clapham Junction and Clapham Junction to Ends. But because it was late, the train weren't running, so I had to do the bus thing. Have you learned to bob a weave since then? Yeah, I have. And to keep a distance when you're talking to angry ladies of Caribbean descent. You told that story about your younger brother. Nah, man, that was when I was going to Hammersmith College. My brethren Silent, where me and Bass are playing table tennis in the common room. Bass is my brethren, my fraud brethren, Nigerian you innit, doing mad fraud, brawling. But I don't know. We were both from South in a West college. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I think he was from South anyway. And so cool. My next bridge and Silent comes off, but these is people I know from college, innit? The bus vibrating through your skull and eye closing his mic. You know the bus never rattly, rude boy. So Silence come and said to man like, "Rah, there's some youths. You know these youths. There's some youths that have started the college. They're new, but they're like a year younger than us, innit? So we're like a year in fabric. We're in the fabric. You get what I'm saying? That's I put more on my place. Do you get what I'm saying? So cool. Silence come said to man that we had a little argument with these youths. And now they're saying there's bare South youths outside, innit? So Silence forwarded to man, pause. No, Silence, he said a name, innit? He's like, yeah, there's this name. But I know the names from my bit, but the other side, innit? But I didn't pre that there's two of them. There's an older and a younger, innit? So cool. I said, Bass, come follow me on this. Go see what I'm going outside, because I think I can go outside, anything, we smash it up. If it's anybody who man know, man, yeah? So cool, we walk down the college, go outside. It's a long walk from the common room, come out the main entrance, walk down the stairs, walk down all the way to the alley, because they're at the entrance to the right now, yeah? But me and my brethren Bass are walking out first. My brethren whose problem is silent is behind me, innit? So me and Bass have walked out first. And when we've walked out, to the right is about 30 niggas that look 40 plus. Like 30, there's about 30 niggas. They look grown. I realized, oh, this ain't my age group. This is the older people. I saw 30 of them man standing over there. And you know what me and Bass did? We just took a left. We took a left because there was no way I was going to address 40 aggravated black blokes. Like there was no way I was going to address them directly. So they're on the right. Me and Bass took a left. There's a railing. We've just cotched up on the railing, acting cool. It's like before we even got to marinate, pause, I see the whole crowd just starting to funnel into the college. They've seen silent. I'm seeing crutches. I swear one of them had a bowling ball. There was a pregnant pit bull. There was a musket. I'm seeing 30 grown people and silent has just started darting it back to the college. And I'm just seeing just waves of Negros like Mexicans coming outside of a G-Wagon just thrusting towards my brethren. And I'm just, he this close, he made it back into the college security. And I just walked into the college, walked past all these aggravated black boys walking back out the college, and I just kept my head straight and kept walking and just went straight back into the college and was like, yeah, nigga, we made it. Nigga, we made it. I'm telling you, bro, they had everything, bro. They had everything, bro. Silent is lucky he made it back into the college because they would have done what Mob James did. They would have volleyed, bro. They'd have tried to score a conversion with bro's cranium. Pause. I'm telling you.
The time there was no at war, it was peace. And when the two record companies got into it, Bad Boy went to KPD now, and Suge came to.
We never spoke about that day again, by the way. We just acted like it didn't happen. We never spoke about that day again.
Us. So that intertwined everything, and we had issues.
Do you recall any instances that you were at where there were those issues manifested itself in terms of violence?
Are you serious?
That's on Jar. That's on Jar. I'm being so serious.
Don't ask me that right here. I can't say that on both sides.
This is hilarious, bro.
When each neighborhood met each other, there was a lot of tension. I'd say that.
Were you in Las Vegas on September 7th of 1996?
Yes.
Why were you?
How this nigga know this, man? Say I don't recall.
You in Las Vegas?
To run the security at 662, we were having issues with individuals that said that they were coming for whatever reason they was coming for, and to come to 662. My job was to not let that happen.
Similar to the kind of security you were asked to apply in the whole Snoop Dogg situation.
It didn't have nothing to do with Snoop Dogg. It was everybody came. Well, Suge and Bunch of them, his entourage, everybody went for the fight. My job and all of my people were there to make sure nothing funny happened at 662. We were the fall guys. So if something happened, we was the one that's going to go to jail for it. Prepared to do that. So nobody else was going to come up there and disrupt it in that manner. If anybody remember that night, it was so many Metro and everybody there. No, neither side could have did anything. So it was calm, it was peaceful.
That's why they went so ham, because coming up there and causing a ruckus, that's fucking with man's money, innit?
So when you say there's so much Metro there, you're talking about so much Metro at Club 662?
It was police all over the place.
Now you said you were there to be on the lookout for...
Calling police Metro is mature. Explain that, Gannett. Is that an American thing? Metro. That's like us calling the Metropolitan man the Metro. Metro. Are you man the Metro?
Something. What were you...
You said I was on the lookout for nothing.
I apologize. You were there... in order to ensure there weren't any problems. Is that fair?
To make sure everything was good.
And because you had heard there might be some issues.
Correct.
And what were the issues that you were concerned about?
Individuals coming up there, creating an issue we was having with different sides of, with Crips, period.
Yeah. So you were worried about Crips. Not worried, I'm sorry. You were there providing security to ensure that Crips did not...
Facts, ruckus. That operate the internet.
Not initiate any violence at Club 662.
That nothing would happen.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
Young Metro is mind game.
And then, when you were there, was... Okay.
Period.
He must feel like a fucking idiot, you know. All that chatting's and now look.
Okay. And then, when you were there, Was Reggie Wright Jr. with you that night at September 7th, 1996 at Club 662?
Yes.
What was Reggie doing there?
Reggie's job was to watch me and make sure I don't get in trouble. Everybody knew how I was. So Reggie, everybody else went to the fights. Reggie was there to watch me with the people that was there.
And I'm guessing that you were not the only person there making sure there wasn't any problems at Club 662.
I'm positive it was 30, 45 rules there.
And again, that was to make sure that there wasn't.
I'm positive it was 30, 45 rules there.
And again, that was to make sure that there wasn't any violence that occurred at Club 662.
Right.
When at some point that night, do you learn that Tupac or Suge had been shot?
That night, yes.
Can you tell me how you learned about that?
Well, people was coming back and was explaining that Tupac and Suge just
That's a fishy name, Gannett.
got shot. Everybody was in a uproar. A lot of people started even trying to get over there on Cobalt. We couldn't leave because we didn't pay to do this here. It wasn't too long after people started coming back, like Heron came back and went to the hospital.
Man's name's Heron. He can't be a good person. I apologize if I'm listening and clean at the same time. I appreciate you, Double S. I big up my guy. Big up Mr. Nice Fire.
Majority of the people was coming, was leaving and then coming back because that night they said Tupac was going to be all right, and even Suge came back with a little bandage on his head, and we thought everything was good. People kept partying.
So, and when Suge came back, you said he had a bandage on his head, but
I mean, the dude said he got shot, but he was grazed, a little scar.
Big up, MA. Come on, Double S.
A little scar. But
some people would describe being shot in the head even
well,
slightly.
He described that, I mean,
yeah.
You're wrong.
All right.
He's up there enjoying himself, isn't it?
So when you find out, let me ask you this: was Reggie with you when you found out that Tupac and Suge were shot?
Yes.
And did it appear to you in any way that Reggie Wright Jr. was coordinating the murder of Tupac Shakur?
Impossible.
I mean, and I say this because you're aware that there have been some conspiracy theories that Reggie Wright Jr. is responsible for the murder of Tupac.
And it's so not true. His father was implicated, and his father had something to do with it. Reggie Wright used to be a police officer. And
he's the light-skinned brother that died, isn't it?
Here again, I've been knowing Reggie Wright over 50 years. His daddy, as a police officer, patrolling my neighborhood.
Yeah. All right, cautious, low. Can I ask, do you just think this is all a setup for the public? This all a show? And Tupac died because he was exposing what government was doing. Can feed the poor, but will fund the war. I don't know, man. I don't know, because I want to say that he's alive. He takes the stand in this video. All right, say nothing. What was I saying? Because when all of this stuff comes out, that all these people tell you the backstory of why it happened and stuff, it makes sense. So it seems too good of a cover up, innit? Tupac's mum was on drugs at a stage, but she was a Black Panther activist. I know, but I want to say it seems far-fetched because of all this backstory, but then is Dr. Sebi far-fetched? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, that don't seem far-fetched to me. That makes sense. So, but then again, that's Big Pharma. But then again, they're connected to. I don't know. Yeah, she was Double S. What's her name? Is it Afina? Or Afeni Secure? I'm sorry. On the playback, I know you're going to dismiss it. I could have Googled that name, but Bing took him out, Dr. Sebi.
He done took me to jail many times when I messed up. If Reggie...
Dr. Sebi cured AIDS with a vegan diet, though. If only there were more cameras back then, people got away with murder. Pager days. I hear you, but someone knows, though. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, if something happens, like, in the ends, if something happens, people know. The people involved know what went on and know the reason behind it. So, theoretically, the ends knows what happens before the world knows. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So someone, like, look at these fucking Chicago fucking documentaries. There's people that was around at the time. P. Diddy knows. That's a good point. Suge knows. He looked the brother in his eyes, didn't he? Pause. Like, Hollywood is a dark place. Facts.
He killed Tupac, then Death Row is over with. Tupac was the money source. Tupac was that guy in Death Row. So Reggie would have had a problem if people did that. And Suge, I truly...
Only until they write books explaining their crimes. True. Very true. Facts. There you go.
I believe Suge would have opened his mouth if Reggie betrayed him like that. People say what they want to say.
After that
People trying to spice it up. It was gang business. Suge made a guy drink piss. Suge was on badness.
Night. Do you stick around in Las Vegas or do you go back to Compton?
Well, I stayed in Vegas and we left that morning because we knew we was going to have neighborhood issues, and everybody left and went.
Suge is on the witness list, by the way. He just got out of jail. Swear down, Suge Knight is free. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not coming to. Apparently, he's doing life. He got nearly 30 years. Suge Knight tells it from prison with the same calm one he would use to recount any bureaucratic error, according to TMZ on the night of fame. The fuck, man? That's not what I was asking you about. Death Row Records founder Suge Knight has reportedly been released from prison after serving 5 years of a 9-year sentence. His release marks another major chapter in the long and controversial hip-hop surrounding one of hip-hop's most notorious figures. He isn't eligible for parole until 2034. He was sentenced to 28 years for voluntary manslaughter. I don't think he's out, you know. The only source I'm seeing is Instagram. No, Suge Knight is not out of jail. He is currently serving a 28-year prison sentence for voluntary manslaughter at the R.J. Donovan Correctional Facility in San Diego, California. He is not eligible for parole. He's not out, my boy. He's locked up, won't let me out. Tell him because he's still in the walk. He's only going to get out in a brown box. D-boy ain't coming out. Facts. Oi, Falcon, we got security. We're on a tight ship. No hats, no hoods, pause. No air bubbles. Mills will be walking around with a flashlight, checking if you've liked the video as well. Like just at random times throughout the night. So just make sure you get that done so he don't dash you out. You get what I'm saying? I seen some headline about him last week, I swear. They tried to mind games you.
Went back to Compton.
Why were you thinking you might have neighborhood issues?
Well, you asking me some.
Debo is Big U, not Suge Knight.
The issues that we was having was heated. And Compton was on fire at the time. And things were happening. And me personally, staying in Vegas wasn't worth it. That man in the hospital, it's time to go and protect your home front and be prepared for whatever happened there. You know what I'm saying? Like the other side was being prepared and was prepared to do things because Orlando got beat up.
Palms, man. Palms. Saying a lot of stuff.
Up in there. And that's something you don't tolerate. So you was going to get some repercussion from that and everything else that was going on. Living this life, you got to be ready.
I know, his face is just like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Get up.
If you not, you might as well just lay down.
You worked there for...
He's just thinking. KVD face moving like he's still works.
Beating of Orlando Anderson at the MGM. Were you?
No, I was.
Like we talked earlier, you were at 662.
Yeah.
But are you aware of why Orlando was targeted?
I'm aware of a lot of things. Things that was going on. People ain't talked about it in 30 years. Today ain't one of them. I don't mean to be funny, but here's the...
My man just up there laughing when your life's on the line.
Today ain't one of them. I don't mean to be funny, but...
That's crazy. If this guy gets clipped after this, you know why. That's my senior op you wanted dead 30 years ago. It's mad, I know. And your life's in his hands, dependent on the words he says. It's crazy.
About it in 30 years. Today ain't one of them. I don't mean to be funny, but...
No, not his life. I mean Keefy D. That's what I'm saying. Imagine you're Keefy D and your life's on the line and your ops over there with no teeth, with a tablecloth shirt, running joke with the solicitors. Like he don't have a care for anything to do. Bro, do you know how scary this is? Do you know how scary it is? You lot been caught. Have you ever been to COURT? And I'm not talking about basketball. I remember one time I went court, yeah, and there was three white people just behind the laughing is even pissing me off. Facts. Laughing like that is crazy, you know. And there was, wait till he talks to him, bad boys over facts. I remember I went there and they were like, my solicitor's like, yeah, you could get a custodial, you know. And I looked up and there was 3 white people and they got to decide if I could go home. I said, never again. I said, never again. Never again. Never again will my life be in their hands ever again. And you know what it was as well? You know, they had that big shield. You know that shield behind them with the lizards on it? What shield is it? What is it? Oh, was it? No, yeah, it was one of these. It was one of like a big one of these behind them. Pause. I'm just sitting there, 3 white people, and one of these big things is on the wall behind them. I'm just thinking, I I'm just thinking, oh my days. That's that feeling when they lock you in the side room. And they're like, hold on, no, I'm a man. I usually get to the I don't usually feel vulnerable like this. That's the royal coat of arms. I swear down. I didn't even know that. Hold on, I'm a man. People don't just make me do stuff. I'm just not under someone else's government like this usually. This don't feel nice. Yeah, hippocampy, by the way. What the fuck? We got those 3 people. Nah, facts. Facts, my boy, nice. Facts. Facts. Thank you. Thank you. What did them South Americans do? And yeah, all of that. Thank you. Thank you. It's when you hear keys behind you. Nah, my MH. Keys jangling. Nah. Nah, just, you know, some keys just sound masculine. Just, you know, there's so much keys that the ring ain't even got that much movement on it. So it's not it's just a, like the hefty overweight guy with the keys. It's not a, it's just those big thick keys. Pause. I'm telling you, you don't want those problems. I like fast food and pum pum too much, and they don't have that in prison. I'm sorry, I'm not that much of a real nigga. I like fast food and pum pum too much, and they don't have none of those things there. So you won't catch me there. I guarantee. I'm not a real nigga like that. Like, I know I'm an introvert and I don't like going outside, but I know I can. Telling me I can't, I want to go out. The court cell's cold as fuck too, bro. Don't stress me out, man. Don't stress me out. Getting addressed by your surname, I know. I know. Don't piss me off. I know. Because they don't have central heating. It's mind games. I give a conscious D. That's central healing. That's mind games. And you just see graffiti. You know, someone says you see graffiti. Some nigga's name on the wall and bare scrape. Fuck, no, I'm sorry, man. Not me. And you know what? No, let me not get started talking about them, boy. There, let me not get started. I want to get PTSD. What do you mean? What do you mean? Am I begging it? This is PTSD. Do you want to get beaten up? Don't play with me.
Here's the thing. A lot of things happen that night.
Man, scratch into the bug. You better off on the landing than them court. So everybody says that, you know, Kizzy. But I'm still trying to not go to the landing. Samaritan's numbers all tags from 2002 on the wing all over the place. Prison is mid. Imagine not having free will as a man. That's insane, Falcon. Like, right, I could go for a stroll. I could do who was there from the beginning stream? I could go right now. I can go do a Daniel special. £50, get front and a bag of weed. It might be brown weed, but a front and a bag of weed right now if I wanted to. Right now. Civilian life is so much. I could go get front and a bag of weed for £50 if I just link the Pied Piper. Pause. Fire for that by linking.
I fish them boy there. Give me a fish sign.
If I go link Daniel right now for an edge note for 5-0, I could go get front and a brown bag of weed. What more do you want in life?
A lot of things happen weeks and weeks after that night. Me or anybody else bringing up the dead is wrong. A lot of people got hurt behind.
I'm the proudest civilian, you know, Quest. I'm the proud, no pride, fire, but I'm Anna Maggie. Yo, I watched your video on Tiny last night. Hey, Kizzy, don't let me see you in Brighton, you know. Remember, Tiny, don't let me see you in Brighton. Are you lot? No, lava forget it from the. Well, hey, listen, hey, chat. Don't let me see no London man in Brighton. Remember, I told you that.
This situation in itself. Living the life in how we live in comfort.
Reformed and proud, trust me. Hey, reformed badness, don't play.
It's one thing. You bring back all of the guys that made it, like me, I'm 61 years old now, to rehash and relive this situation again. I told every attorney in here that tried to get me to come here, you better treat me as a hostile witness.
No, you've been chatting way too much to be hostile now, my boy, man. You done bare chattings and now you're hostile. Reform, man.
I think that's where I'm about to go now because you're asking me questions. I can't answer those questions.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Then I'm not going to speak on Orlando.
Now, get out of it, MA. Stop egging on that nonsense. Stop egging on that nonsense. Stop egging on that nonsense. Where is it? Look what man are doing. Look what man are doing. Mother scunt. Have I told you that what's the best bit of this? Pause. It's the t at the end. The t is crazy.
Let me ask you something about yourself. There was a rumor
Bro said, treat me as a hostile witness.
Tupac had knocked you out one time.
I'd have killed him.
That would have been your response if that happened.
Yeah, to be honest with you and everybody else, I said it on my podcast show. Him, Suge, and my brother. I'd have shot all three of them if he touched me. That's how I was living.
Why is that?
Bro, turn up the badness. Badness turn up. He got said hostile, start talking about our binds him.
Yeah. Go down because you're asking me questions. I can't answer those questions.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Then I'm not going to speak on Orlando. Let me ask you something about yourself. There was a rumor
Bro said, treat me as a hostile witness.
Tupac had knocked you out one time.
I'd have killed him.
That would have been your
Dark and corrupt, evil and sick.
Oh, this lawyer's a rude boy. This lawyer's a rude boy. I can't lie. They need to let the boy Keith walk, man. I can't lie. Pac would want the brother to walk same way. Hey, badness upgrade facts. Bro just wants to be a granddad and they dragged him into court, hands and feet. Mind games.
response if that happened.
Yeah, I'm being honest with you and everybody else. I said it on my podcast show. Him, Suge, and my brother. I'd have shot all three of them if he touched me.
Shooting his brother, because shooting your brother is crazy. That's crazy. Maniac. Maniac. And you know why this lawyer's a pussy, or?
You better treat me as a hostile witness. And I think that's where I'm about to go now because you're asking me questions. I can't answer those questions.
Okay, well, let me ask you this.
So he said, I'm about to get hostile, and watch how he pivots. What? I don't know if you lot have clocked the play, what he's playing there. Watch this, pause.
I'm not going to speak on Orlando.
So I'm giving you what you want. I'm not going to speak about Orlando, but air this now.
Let me ask you something about yourself. There was a
I was talking about you. Listen, just focus.
rumor
Bro said, treat me as a hostile witness.
Tupac had knocked you out one time.
I'd have killed him.
That would have been...
See what he done there? He straight away attacked him. He said, I heard Tupac knocked you out, which it seems like, cool, I'm giving you what you want by not you answering this question, but I'm going to throw this in there, see if you buy it. I'm going to throw something kind of a bit cheeky and disrespectful. I'm going to question your manhood a bit. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Shine at the police at her house for hitting Pied Piper. Fucked up. Don't worry, I'm going to get round there. I'm going to get round there, double S. Sorry, I get distracted. No worries, no worries.
Treat me as a hostile witness.
Tupac had knocked you out one time.
I'd have killed him.
That would have been your
Straight away, he bit the hand, you see?
response if that happened.
Yeah, I'm being honest with you and everybody else. I said it on my podcast show. Him, Suge, and my brother. I'd have shot all three of them if he touched me.
Riled him up. Got him to rile up the net.
That's how I was living.
Why is that?
That's what I was back then.
And so, is it fair to say that your reputation and your standing in the neighborhood would require you to do something if you're going to get punked by somebody like Tupac?
You don't have to.
Ooh.
You know what he done?
You definitely.
You know what he done? Hey, yo, my G, what you dealing with, my guy?
Don't wind up the pugger's mind. Imagine 60 looking over his shoulder. Crazy.
That being in the life that you were, if somebody
I would have killed him.
like Tupac is punking you, like by punching you in the face or something like that, you would have to retaliate or you would lose your place in the neighborhood.
You know what he done?
He's getting them to agree on a principle. So once we agree on this principle relates to the situation because something happened to Orlando and because of his reputation, he allegedly retaliated. So now you, who are in the same kind of life as him, as a Good Morning Britain TV, a GM, it would be this. So you're actually confirming that you right now would retaliate with buying if someone was to hit you. So is it a possibility that Orlando and Nicey, you know you done fucked up, right? You know that, don't you?
You would have to go back home and fight everybody that called you a punk. You would have to go. There's some rules that you roll with and some rules you just got to handle. Certain things need to be dealt with, adjusted, living that life. When I was living that life, it wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts. It wasn't no, oh, you get a pass. No, I would have shot him.
So then you had mentioned, I'm not going to...
He still finished it without a shot. It wasn't even necessary there after all. That question was answered, sir. I don't think he's going to see his grandkids after this. Facts.
But it wasn't no, oh, you get a pass. No, I would have shot him.
So then you had mentioned, I'm not going to ask you to go into any specifics, but you had mentioned that after what happened, how long did that last? Was it like, all right, one day we're good, everything's done, or did it last for longer than that?
No, it was tension in the air for quite a long time until I guess both sides, and he might agree, just said, let this go. Because it really wasn't our beef. This was between Suge Knight and KPD. People put themselves in situations like
Still implicating man, it's mind games.
this was between Suge Knight and KPD.
Mind
People
games.
put themselves in situations.
Imagine Spur understanding would be hilarious fact. It's a punk slang for a fish.
Like myself, I'm guilty as everybody else. Like myself, I put myself in a situation to protect something and somebody that didn't have nothing to do with me. I did it for a paycheck. I did it on some just because. I'm older now. I get it. But we did things for all the wrong reasons at that time, in them days.
Your Honor, Steve will pass the witness.
Okay.
Shouldn't
Have you ever interviewed before?
No.
Have you ever spoken to the district attorneys prior to your testimony here today?
Once.
And is that what you're referring to as the time that you told them, like, hey, any attorney here is better treat me
Big up, Lisa. Death stare like a red nose.
as hostile because...
Yeah, I told him I didn't have nothing to do with it.
So on the night of the murder, you were working as the head of security for 662.
Yes.
Explain for us a little bit about the club. Was that Suge's club or was it somebody else's club?
Suge, to my understanding.
Okay. And when you were there as head of security, were you there, had you worked there as head of security prior to this particular night?
We did an event there once before. Yeah, same thing.
Okay. And on this particular night, was this an event like some type of fundraiser or something for police officers or anything like that? Do you recall what the event was
No,
for?
we wouldn't have been there.
Okay.
No.
What was the reason for the event?
It was Mike Tyson fight. Tyson was coming back. Tupac was supposed to perform like other people.
You lot of dickheads. Messi can't count your pension in peace. He'd be calling his lawyer a chief and say, don't question how bad this you know.
And we was there for that.
Okay.
Chiefy.
Can you describe for us how...
Objection, Chiefy. Could you please stand? Why for that?
big the club is so that we can...
30 years ago, a little bit bigger than this room.
Law enforcement as well as, I don't know, people from your side of town.
Oh, law enforcement was outside. The Metro was saying, why y'all put words in my mouth?
Sure.
They were outside. We were on the inside. Wasn't no law enforcement mingling with us.
You making things clear.
So, as far as you know, law enforcement wasn't hired by Reggie Wright to provide additional security?
No, this was Metro posted up all over the place.
And so they were there specifically just to, harass or just send a warning or what?
No, they're it's a flagged event that they're going to need security there. Or not security, they need officers on scene.
Man said OG is a character with this yellow street. From the dog would floor me. Little D is in a fire. Big fire.
I fish them boy there. Give me a fish, sir.
Little Dirk is toast. That's what I'm hearing. Jam is telling on everybody.
Staying around.
They were there, like when you have events in Las Vegas, everybody knows. You're going to see Metro here, every block.
Yeah.
They was posted up, which they do all the time.
But you're telling me that as head of security, you do not know or you don't believe that Reggie Wright hired the Metro officers to come
I know for a fact he didn't hire the Metro police.
Do you know how many people were on the payroll that night from your security team?
Well, y'all do paperwork different than we did. Our paperwork was getting cash money. Our paperwork was what they call under the table. We had at least 30, 40 of my homeboys there. Reggie Wright Jr. and his security, his company, the people work for him, didn't have nothing to do with what Suge paid us for working. So that was two different entities, Reggie and Suge. The homies was there for Suge Knight. Reggie Wright hired his company to watch over Suge Knight people.
Right.
So his security, like the right thing.
Man said Mob's got a couple hats, you know. Fuck it,
My security did what they ain't gonna do. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
The police gonna walk you out of there. Mm-hmm. We gonna drag you out of there. So it was a difference, but not on the same paper.
Sure. And once again, the intent was to protect 662, right? To protect the club, protect the patrons that were going to go there, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in terms of your knowledge of what happened on that night, fair to say you weren't present when the shots had rung out.
No, I wasn't there.
Okay.
Oh,
knowledge of what happened on that.
Look at his hair.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
bro looks like he sings on cruise ships.
In terms of your
man looks like an ex-wrestler.
Knowledge of what happened on that night, fair to say you weren't present when the shots had rung out.
No, I wasn't there.
Okay. And your testimony is that you had heard from other people initially that, hey, Tupac had been shot.
Yes.
And you had thought maybe other people were maybe relieved, thinking like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. He's going to be okay.
That's what came back to 662. People that went to the scene, and everybody said Tupac was talking. So
wedding singers, mind games.
Everybody came back to
Steven Seagal stump double. 80s wedding singer, Native American badness, you know, a dickhead.
Saying he's gonna be all right. So people just went back to, me.
There was a lot of tension.
Yeah, he looks creepy, man. Man, they look like they wear pants and do enough gyrating. Is that his defense or is it the prosecutor? If it's the prosecutor, Keith is done. Facts.
Can you describe that for us when you went back in terms of what kind of tension we're talking about?
You sure you want me to answer that?
Professional backgammon tournaments is crazy.
Is it going to be graphic?
No, I ain't gonna. I got to raise the word in it, but you asking me a question. I don't. And what I explained to them, I don't want to send him to prison.
Sure.
Even though we don't like each other.
Sure.
I don't want to send you to prison. So that's why I'm here where I'm at and where I am. Because
This is insane. He just looked at him and said, I don't want to send you to prison. Holy shit.
I've changed my life. I'm raising my grandkids, teaching them never to be like their papa. And here I am explaining to people what I used to be. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of that at all. And you asking me questions that can hurt him. And like I told them, I'm trying to avoid to answer the questions that they might look at me and say, something is wrong.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me help you out with this.
Okay.
So
stating that doesn't help, because then if I'm on the jury, I'm thinking, oh, this nigga know he done something and he's deliberately trying to not say things that will incriminate him. So that just creates what's the word? Like doubt. That creates doubt on Keefe D's favor with the jury. Because you could just be truthful or just say, I don't recall, like, doing them big out, like, it just, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but doing all that's bait.
these people right here, what they want to know from you is, did you see who shot Tupac?
I told you no.
Correct. So outside of that question, right, the next question I'm asking you is, when you went back to Compton, was it like a Southside crib shoots a Pyro Blood, and then a Pyro Blood shoots a...
Corrupting the court of justice, just not wanting to be open. Yes or no comments, sir?
Southside crib? Is that
no comments, sir.
the tension that we're talking about?
Do I answer this?
That's a straightforward question. It's a yes or no answer.
When I was a part of that, and I was because you asking something that's gonna hurt this dude. And okay, let me stop.
And once again, I want to emphasize
when we got back to Compton.
Okay.
It was.
He's lucky that he can't face any criminal charges himself. Always shouting at the judge. Because if you're saying you just want to live with your grandkids and you've put that life down, why are you still abiding by those rules? I said he nearly said it, it's mind games. Why are you still abiding by those same rules that you signed up to when you was younger? But I hear you ain't got to be no punk bitch. Facts. That's why I said Woody's papa is crazy.
A gang war. People were getting hurt.
Okay.
People was being sought. People were looking for certain individuals from his neighborhood, as well they did mine.
Okay.
But Orlando, him, and certain other people were being sought because people wanted to kill them.
Sure.
That don't help. Lead singer to the Snitches is mind games. He's shouting at the
only ones that they wanted to kill?
Am I the only one up in here? No, they weren't the only one. It's his neighborhood in particular. Right. But they were the main subjects of a gang war. They was in the middle, such as me.
So you're telling us that people back home somehow had some type of information that said that guy, as a bunch of other people, were involved in what?
In the murder of Tupac.
Okay. Well,
ooh.
My question to you.
Stop.
Can you focus on me for a second, sir?
Yeah, I will.
Why is he talking to Keefe D like Keefe D could tell by man what to do? Would he ask young fuck a question while on the stand? Never heard such a thing in my life.
And I apologize. I just want to make sure that we're clear, okay, for these people. In terms of that information, none of those people were...
Getting angry with Keefe D is crazy.
My question to you...
Stop.
You might say, could you tell him to shut the fuck up? Look at he's furious.
So you're telling us that people back home somehow had some type of information that said that...
He's fuming. He's fuming. He's fuming. They're not disagreeing that he was a gang leader. They're trying to say he didn't kill Tupac. He isn't on trial for being a gangster. No. Yeah, would he ask young fuck why he wasn't friends with Rich Homie Quad? It's crazy.
That guy, as a bunch of other people, were involved in what?
In the murder of Tupac.
Okay, but my question to you... Stop. Can you focus on me for a second, sir?
Yeah, I will.
And I apologize. I just want to make sure that we're clear, okay, for these people. In terms of that information, none of those people were there, right?
He wants to take the streets, catch a fade. Right
What people
now.
you be speaking on? The people that was already in the neighborhood, or the people that left Las Vegas that same night Tupac was shot to go home, bare their arms, and go to somebody else's neighborhood to look for somebody? They had to pay it back.
So once again, my question to you is that the information that I'm asking about is the people that back home.
He's steaming, cross, miserable, hungry.
You're saying we're eyewitnesses to this?
How could people back home be eyewitness to something that happened in Vegas? No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'll be honest, why did the state put him on the stand? Because the jury's going to say is like, probably disregard everything. Like, you can't trust anything.
Said Mob James didn't do no trial prep. Clearly, he can't believe the questions. Bro was flabbergasted. Yeah.
Saying he already admitted he's going to be a hostile witness. It's kind of pointless. Like, you can't even trust anything he says anyway, if he says anything, which he's clearly avoiding questions and answers or whatever.
It's a face, could say, and shut the sharpest keep.
Listen to my question, sir. The people that were here in Las Vegas, you're telling me were eyewitnesses to what happened and went back home. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you, the people that was there.
I'm upset. 50,000 on my neck. Yeah.
Just answer my question, sir. Yes or no?
Can't answer that without
Nah, bro's getting heated. Bro's getting
Went back
heated.
home. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you, the people that was at 6.
Just answer my question, sir. Yes or no?
Can't answer that without what you call it. You trying to tell me to say something that
Pedro is mind game.
you're not going to understand if you let me explain to you.
No. Answer my question.
I'm not answering nothing.
No dentures is crazy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, Mr. McDonald, focus for a second.
I am focused. Very
focus on this. My question to you is this. You didn't know what happened that night because you weren't there.
I was at 662.
Right. Do you know who was that was there?
I know everybody that was there.
Okay. Like who?
Talk to your lawyer, man. This dude is tripping. I'm not going to explain that. I can't answer that.
Okay. Let me ask you this next question then. You are telling us that people back
So this is Keefe D's lawyer. He's actually helping Keefe D in the long run, but they're going to force him to answer or hold him in contempt. Mob James can't believe about talk to him like that. You know, he's got Apple Peel a local, which can include jail in the fire. Yeah, Apple James, I mean, fire, what's his name? Mob James ain't with the fuck shit still. He'll cut something. He's one of them men still. He'll cut something still.
Compton, for some reason, knew what happened here in Las Vegas.
A phone conversation? People found out when people left Las Vegas the same night Tupac was shot, went straight back to Compton. It only takes 3.5 hours to get home.
Sure.
Yes, it wasn't a problem for people to find out what happened. No problem at all.
Chat to your lawyer is my game. So chat to your boy. I you know when I paid your girl before I paid her for you. She's getting too.
They got on their phones, they texted people, they let them know what happened here on the night of the shooting.
Yeah.
Man said these men don't even have to spend £8. They can spend a light $2. It's defo local. I remember this American youth, came to live in our, like his family lived in our ends, so he chilled with us for like a summer. The nigga caught a case and didn't go home for like 6 years, yeah. And he was telling me in America, because he was basically from our ends now, innit? So he inherited our beef, innit? And we were beef, and he was like, oh man, I just want to shoot these niggas, man. Why is it so hard to get guns out here, man? Back in America, my cousin got a box of guns. He just tell me to pick one. I was like, fucking hell. Imagine how hot-headed he was 30 years ago if he's like this now. It's that tiny understand with a few missing teeth. Mind games, big up Avid. Too rare, page your chick. Yeah, too rare. Oh no, that's awful. Page your girl before I page her. It's Champions League, my game. No, it is still.
They had walkie-talkies, they had all kinds of phones. They had ways to call people to say whatever. But when people left Las Vegas that same night, after they found out and got in their cars and went home because it was a situation, Pac was shot. Okay. Retaliation is a mug. Come on, man. Like, it was for real, for real. All of this was for real.
Now, the night of the shooting...
He's just there to represent his gangster. What I was involved in was real. I was over here for the money, and I ain't finna say nothing.
Have a walkie-talkie, an Nextel thing or something like that?
No.
Did Reggie right?
I don't know what he had. I don't know how much money he had in his pocket. I don't know what he had on his hip.
But you were the head of securities, but you're telling us you did not have any...
Right-way security has nothing to do with the gangbanging security, PARUs, whatever you want to call it. They had nothing to do with us. Okay. The phones that Suge had for certain individuals...
Flannel shirt badness is my game.
They had the phones. Like the guy that was bodyguard for Tupac that night. Like some of the guys that was at the Tyson fight. Like Suge Knight. Certain individuals had phones. Yes, they did.
That court in California said you have to show up here.
In that court, I cussed them out and told them, you can't make me do nothing.
Right.
And in that court, they told me that I would be in attempted court. Me raising my grandkids, I'm not going to put my grandkids in the car and move somewhere so y'all can't find me. So all that running and living a different life, I ain't doing it. So I agreed to come. And like I explained to everybody in here, you ask me something, I'm going to be honest about. You ask me something I don't want to talk about, you're going to have a problem. Treat me as a hostile witness. You're not going to talk to me and tell me as a grown man what I have to do up here. I'm not going to send him to prison. You are.
So the accusation now is because of the fact that we're trying to ask you questions, you're putting it on me.
You asking me questions. If I just like answer your questions, we're going to have a problem.
You're putting it on me.
He's getting a bit nervous now. So we can,
you are.
So
you are is crazy.
Now is because
wife agreed to fire.
Of the fact that we're trying to ask you questions, you're putting it on me.
You asking me questions. If I just like answer your questions, we're going to have a problem in here, a misunderstanding. And you're asking me something that wouldn't be good for him.
Right. And once again, I just want to, look, we're just trying to figure out who shot Tupac. You're telling us that you were there to see him. That's all I want to know. At the end of the day, that's it. Right?
Was I in the entourage when Tupac got shot? No.
Okay. Nothing else, right?
I was at 662. I mean, that ain't hard. That's easy math.
Definitely.
No further questions, John.
All right, got one more phase, and then we'll let you out of here.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, any questions for this witness? Seeing no hands? Oh, we do have one. Okay, hang on one second. Did Reggie Wright Jr. instruct security to not have firearms the night of the fight?
To be honest, I don't know if Reggie Wright told his people, all the police officers, not to have guns, and I don't know why. He sure didn't tell us because we had ours. And that's not true.
All right. Any follow-up based on that, State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense.
I just want to clarify what the witnesses said. You're telling us that you had guns that night.
Yeah.
I just want to know. But you had guns that night, right?
Yes, we did.
All right, thank you.
All right, State. I know you didn't want to be here, but thank you for coming down.
Okay, can I say something? I want to apologize to everybody, but I find this kind of funny. And
Whoa, bro's doing a speech. Bro's taking his moment and doing a speech, man.
You know what he done? Disrespectful and gay.
And truthfully, what you're going through, brother, is what you're going through. I didn't want to be a part of that, and I'm not a part of that. So I appreciate everything, and I apologize to all of you guys.
Okay, thank you, Mr. McDonald. You are free to go. State's next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. State's calling Reggie Wright Jr.
Wait, Reggie Wright Jr.'s here now? This was, I couldn't even like pause it. This was just pure cinema. Bro in a wheelchair.
Reginald Lilburn Wright Jr.
So Keefe D has been
What do you mean? It's loading.
throwing out conspiracies that he was involved in the Tupac murder, not Keefe D.
Sir, where did you grow up?
I grew up in the city of Compton, California. I was born and raised there until about the age of 19.
And who is your father? Who's your father?
My father is Reginald Wright Sr.
And where did your father work?
He worked for the city of Compton Police Department.
And at some point, had he risen up the ranks of the Compton Police Department to become a lieutenant, is it, of gangs?
Eventually captain, but...
Where did you ultimately become a police officer yourself?
Yes, sir.
When was that?
I was a civilian jailer from 1985 until 1989.
You know, if Suge takes a stand, that will break the over 40 niggas in it. Yeah, them New York niggas, Fubu and Baggy joints. Well, Baggies is out now, pause. But yeah, Dickies, pause, and Tim's and all them thing there. Do-rags with fitteds and throwbacks and all of that stuff there. After adding 20 years to a man's case, he wants a bomber speech to jury. It's mind games.
And then I became a police officer from 1989 until I retired in 1996.
This nigga seemed tender, pause.
And why did you retire?
I received a medical...
He's just chubby Jason Lee looking motherfucker.
Retirement for...
He's big lava. He's always snitching on TMZ. No one can chat to Suge.
I have vascular necrosis in my right ankle. But that's...
I knew it was in your ankle.
Not why I'm like this. This is a result of COVID.
After you left the Compton PD or took your medical retirement, where did you next work?
Well, to be honest, my last year or two of being a police officer, I was employed.
You know when the fit is bare big and it just shit like that? Whoa.
As death row security, head of security, and also had a private security company.
And then at some point you said one of the jobs that you had was moonlighting for Death Row, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell us what Death Row is?
Death Row Records is a record company that was based out of Beverly Hills, California.
With Suge, did you grow up in the same neighborhood that Suge grew up in?
Yes, about 2 blocks away.
Was that considered Mob Piru territory?
That's correct, sir.
So when you were growing up, were you familiar with the Mob Piru?
They came on eventually later. It was really a Losers Park Piru area. But then, I guess when I was about in the 7th grade, which would have been like 1978, maybe a little later, 80. They started calling themselves the Mob Piru.
Were you familiar with somebody by the name that?
You're right, you know, Nightwish. He does look a bit chuffed, like he does look excited. I'm getting some fame.
By the moniker Keefy D.
Well, heard of him. Had no personal interactions with him at that point, especially in law enforcement. Heard of him, knew of him, but I had no personal contact with Keefy at that time.
So he was somebody that was on your radar, even though you had never met him or any had personal interaction with him.
Heard of him. He was mainly known as at one point he was known as
Toothless Tiny said, what you going through is what you're through, and I'm not sending you to jail. They are true mind games. That's true.
a crackhead. But then later on, he was known as a drug dealer. And I mainly was a gang guy and didn't really enforce on the level of narcotics he was working.
All right, so then you had mentioned that after you had...
Mills at the bottom. Hey, that's my security at WS. Not too much on Mills. He's keeping a tight ship, pause. Excuse me, no hats, no hoods, pause, no air bubbles. He will be parading the venue periodically with a flashlight to make sure the lights are getting pressed.
Interactions with him at that point, especially in law enforcement. Heard of him, knew of him, but I had no personal contact with Keefy at that time.
So he was somebody that was on your radar, even though you had never met him or any had personal interaction with him.
Heard of him. He was mainly known as at one point he was known as a crackhead. But
dark and corrupt, evil and sick. Hey, right, Bobby. Disrespectful and gay. Hey, yo, my G, what you dealing with, my guy?
Keefy had enough of them honey buns. You can tell he trying to mind games.
He was mainly known as at one point he was known as a crackhead. But then later on, he was known as a drug dealer. And I mainly was a gang guy and didn't really enforce on the
gang guy,
the level of narcotics he was working.
All right, so then you had mentioned that after you had left the Compton PD, you formed a company. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, sir. So, in '94, initially I was using a private security company because I was kind of in charge for security for Death Row called Code 4.
Bro called him
Average of mind games.
Crackhead.
I opened up my own private company called Right Way Protective Services, and that didn't really get started until about 1995. But in '94, I was using another private company.
Was it fair to say that they were Mob Piru gang members also around Death Row Records?
That's correct. Mob, looters, Westside, generally Pirus from the city of Compton.
Bad Boy Records. Are you familiar with a company called Bad Boy Records?
Yes, I am.
And who, to your knowledge, was running Bad Boy Records in the mid-'90s?
P. Diddy.
Well rehearsed, this one. Fact saves.
Sean Combs, Puffy.
Who would you say is the most prominent artist at that time?
Christopher Wallace, the Biggie Small.
Okay. And then, was there tension between Death Row Records and Bad Boy, the Bad Boy Entertainment label?
At what time period?
Well, you tell me. At any point, did tension develop between Bad Boy Records and Death Row Records?
Initially, when I was around in '94, there wasn't. However, some things happened in '95 that started tension between Death Row and Bad Boys.
There's a famous speech that Mr. Knight gives at the Source Awards in New York.
That's crazy, man. Man said, real bad crackhead.
In 1995, does that contribute to it?
Yes, sir. That was August 6, 1995, but yes, sir. That was when he let the world know.
And then there's another incident awards there's a famous speech that Mr. Knight gives at the Source Awards in New York in 1995. Does that contribute to it?
Yes, sir. That was August 6, 1995, but yes, sir. That was when he let the world know.
Keith's just reliving his whole life. Just thinking about better times.
And then there's another incident where one of Suge's associates was killed in Atlanta. Is that right?
That was in September 25th, I believe. Yes, sir.
And then is it fair to say that your perception of security for Death Row Records was that somebody associated with Bad Boy Entertainment may have had something to do with the murder of one of Suge's friends in Atlanta?
That was always the story that was told to us. Yes, sir.
And so is it fair to say by 1995, the end of 1995, that there was significant tension between Bad Boy and Death Row?
Yes, sir.
And to the extent that it even involved violence with regards to Suge Knight's friend being killed.
Correct. That was the first time something escalated to that point. Yes, sir.
That in that song, Tupac is aggressively expressing
this guy developed his lisp in prison as mind games.
His dislike for the members of Bad Boy Entertainment as well as other artists.
That's fair to say.
And as a result of that, you decided to change the security for Tupac or increase it.
Well, I was a part of the discussion and ultimately had to prove it, but I'm sure Mr. Knight, and possibly Mr. Shakur, and maybe the security officer that was primarily with them, we all agreed that he probably needed another guy with him.
Were you aware during this time of a gang from Compton being used by Bad Boy Entertainment when they came to the West Coast?
We had heard those rumors and we were familiar.
And what gang was that?
Compton Southside Crips. We was getting out of the vehicle or getting ready to park. Mr. Shakur saw Christopher Wallace and Puffy and a group of people, a few guys that I recognized on the south side, in that entourage. As they were, Mr. Shakur immediately became enraged and started yelling, and confrontation between Mr. Small, Biggie, and Mr. Shakur took place to the point where one of their guys brandished a weapon. And then that's when I pulled my firearm.
He can't talk properly because gums, no teeth.
Towards him and begged with him, pleaded with him not to raise the gun. There was some security from the Nation of Islam there. They got in the middle of it, broke us up. The gentleman took off and ran towards the street in the parking lot.
I'm sorry, who ran?
Jesus, that was a lot.
Now, you said that that Southside was providing that type of backup?
They were with them in entourage, sir.
Do you recall whether Dwayne Davis was one of those people?
Believe it was, I know he was with them, but like I said, I don't believe he was the one with the gun. They came inside the club and came straight to me.
You reckon, Gannett? Why? He's going to get more years after?
Like Reggie Sugar and Pop just got shot down the street. I thought they were messing with me because they like, where Reggie at, because I wasn't there with him. But then Mr. Khaleesi was standing near me. I guess he talked to some of the officers that was working out front, and he kind of verified to me that something happened. And then by that time, I see about 4 or 5 other units that were working at the club. They started taking out, heading that way. Jumped in the car with Mr. Khaleesi and headed towards the scene where we were told Mr. Shakur and Mr. Knight was. However, en route, Mr. Khaleesi was on the phone, and we notified that they were headed to UMC. I was getting information from people in the parking lot and around that, hey, they got into it at the MGM with some guys from Southside Compton Clubs. And so I relayed that to him. They didn't know who the people were, just that they got into it with some guys from Southside, and I told them, hey, it's going to be trouble back in Compton.
I want to ask you this just straight. Did you have anything to do with the murder of Tupac Shakur?
Absolutely not.
After you guys got back from Las Vegas back to the Southern California area, did Mr. Knight have a legal problem as a result of his alleged participation in that beating?
That's correct, sir.
And can you explain that to us?
Initially they've already met, they said for a 30 test for that he did with his probation officer.
Oh god, let's see what the defense lawyer does.
You have a podcast, I believe, right?
YouTube channel that I talk on.
I'm sure you're probably anticipating the next question. In your YouTube channel, you have spoken a little bit about me, for instance, right?
That's correct.
I think he paid $20,000 for Pac-Hul. They'll offer clemency or some years off to give T if they can get Diddy.
Has spoke about me as well.
So these boys talking shit about each other.
Podcast or YouTube channel, and once again, I don't think it was anything derogatory. It was more like you never tried a criminal case, or I think Hollywood ass attorney. I think you had said something like that, right?
Well, you did about 10 interviews in the last 2 months, so I may have said something like that.
Now, in terms of your...
They're sneak dissing each other to their faces.
It's fair at this particular point. At some point, you would actually instruct the keeper that, hey, he can actually make money doing the YouTube stuff. Remember that?
It didn't go quite like that, but I did pass his number to a few YouTube channels after he and I had this discussion about doing something on my channel, but I refused to pay him because I'm not giving someone I believe is Tupac killer money.
Sure. Told him that you had advised Keefy D about the, I don't know, how much you can get paid doing YouTube stuff. Remember that?
I don't remember that now.
Now, you don't remember that, or you don't believe that?
I remember Kevin Coffey, but to say you can make $5,000 or $10,000, I didn't have any conversation like that with Detective Malls.
Okay, so you don't know or you don't remember. I just want to make sure we're different here.
I remember meeting with Detective Malls. I know I am the one that started passing Mr. Davis' number around to do more interviews to get him to talk. Yes.
Okay, so you...
What? He was getting Keefy D in connection with people to do interviews? Why?
You volunteered to Detective Mogg, Keefy D's number. You said, I set him up with a couple of interviews.
Okay.
And because I promised you, if y'all ever listen, I promised him I would. We talk bad about each other, but I'll hook you up. I'm kind of know all these YouTubers out here, and so
is bro sleeping.
I kind of hook people up with them. Quote: you want to make some money? N-word, unquote. And then question was asked by Detective Mogg. So what do you get?
Mind Games, man was keying with Tupac Killer for YouTube interviews. And Mind Games set him up, bring the main word. Compton Street legend, notorious Keefe D's street level account of Tupac and Biggie's murders, death row origin, and Suge, Puffy, Combs, and Crooked Cops. That is the name of Keefe's book. Swear down. Said he woke up.
Pay for your interviews, and you respond, "Oh, I get about 2,500."
What did he?
So, and so I kind of hook people up with them. Quote: "You want to make some money?"
He did.
Out here, and so I kind of hook people up with them. Quote: "You want to make some money?" N-word. Unquote.
He did.
And then question was asked by Detective Mogg. So what do you get paid for your interviews? And you respond, "Oh, I get about 2,500, 3,000 a show." You remember that?
That's accurate, so I might have said that.
Now you also said 5,000. I got my F. He was crying about his taxes. You were referring to Keefe in that, right? He was crying about his taxes, Keefe?
I'm not sure.
I got him about to go blast them next week. He's getting 3,500. So they pay you because they get views. They get paid, man. YouTube, every million views you get about 6,000 to 10,000. And then
that's the channel.
Okay.
Not the person.
And then once again, I'm talking about the YouTuber. And so if you do a bunch of them and you get 100,000 and they break them up into like 5 or 10 minute segments and you can get a 15-second segments from me and you get 200,000 people to view it, you can make $8,000 to $10,000 off of me. And you just gave me 2,500, 3,000. Do you remember saying that to Detective Mogg?
I'm sure. Those sound like accurate statements, so I'm sure I did.
And once again, it's clear to show that there's a business with YouTube, right?
That's correct, sir.
And so when you post something online, you're posting it online with the hopes that you're going to get paid for that.
I did not.
Free AR Ab is crazy. AR Ab is the greatest self-snitcher of all time. It's an epidemic.
Expect this trial to go to a YouTube.
Jury gonna disregard his whole testimony once they heard he tried to get him an interview deal. Mind Games. He was arrested after his Vlad interview clouded a mental illness. I swear. That must sound like it's real.
Analytics business side right now. What is happening?
That didn't start until about 2021. Sure. 2020, after COVID. Yes.
Now, with regards to your role here, you were the head of security for Suge Knight.
Correct.
And I want to make sure I'm clear. Where did you grow up in Compton?
I mean, my address is 1628 East Pine Street, Compton, California. 9596, yes, sir.
Okay. And you're providing services for Suge in terms of security, right?
For Suge or his company?
For the Death Row label.
That's correct, sir. With that, my guys were strict, law enforcement. They didn't care about, they didn't have a relationship with James and them, as I did. And so they would search them. And if they got one in, who knows? But there was always issues with them about being searched. But my guys would still, they were like, hey, if you want us here, we searching everybody coming in this club.
Right, so that was important for you, but Mob James says otherwise. He says that.
Well, we had gangsters and feds as security.
Okay, if they snuck them in,
and
it happens.
And
so what the defense lawyer keeps doing is pointing out them having guns because he wants the jury to think that I think they're involved in the murder because they had guns. All the people that was at the club and shit.
You're there, and do you have at that particular point any ownership interest at all in Death Row Records?
None.
So you are a separate entity. You are just the security company hired to provide security for Death Row Records.
My company, right when it was making money, but I also received a salary from Death Row. Mr. Cole was very upset that.
Ooh, that sounds dodgy.
My company, right when it was making money, but I also received a salary from Death Row. Mr. Cole was very upset that night because Mr. Knight always late, and he actually took a taxi cab. I don't know if most people know, over to the fight because he was like, tired of always coming to the fight late. Well, he knows Suge. Calling me because most people call me because they know I usually can get hold of Suge.
Tupac was mad at Suge for being late, took a cab to the Mike Tyson fight?
They used to have phones in the hotel lobbies back then. And I remember him and Mr. Alexander calling me, and he told me he got on the phone because he was so upset. So we taking a cab over there. We going over there right now. We'll meet him over there. You know, he had the song was the interest for for Mike Tyson to enter the ring on. And
LAPD is notorious for being involved in dirty street deeds. For decades, Reggie worked for LAPD and Suge, Sleazeball. Yeah, they're all going to jail.
Want to be there, and he got impatient with Mr. Light being late. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't unusual for Mr. Shakur to roll around with one guy and his outlaw guys.
One security guard with the rapper that's been beefing with another gang, probably not enough, right? Like, I get that narrative. But I've seen videos of, like, NBA Youngboy with one security guard in public. I was in the mall near my house, and I walk right past Kanye, and he only has one security guard with him, like a few months ago. I've seen it, but
The Mob James crew, but you can't send any more people over to be there for Tupac?
If I knew there was going to be an
That's what it's meant to be based on, isn't it, Zico?
issue that eventually happened, of course I would have. I would have asked them to stay in a hotel.
No,
I knew what was going to happen.
You are aware that this was fight night, this was Mike Tyson, and that everyone in the world would show up to Las Vegas to be there for the fight, right? There's so many people.
Yeah.
And in your opinion, only if you believe that Tupac was somehow going to get into a fight or something along those lines would you have provided more than just
Did he deserves to rot?
the one person? I'm just asking for your clarification.
I would have had an army around him if I knew something like that was going to happen, or suspect something like that was going to happen. But the gentlemen that were with them, and the ones that you seen kicking on Mr. Anderson, those were security as well.
That was whose security?
Death Row's style.
But once again, let me make sure I'm clear. You, at this particular point, only have one security guard with all these other people from, I don't know, from Death Row Records who are not security guards. They're all gangsters, mob type people.
That I trust more than I trust my security. Yes.
So more than you would trust cops and off-duty cops and retired cops, you trust those mob pirate guys?
I do personally.
Okay. Now,
Name names, Revs. Name names.
in addition to that, after they go in for the fight, right? I'm assuming that Frank Alexander probably didn't have a ticket.
You know, that was always an issue with Mr. Knight.
Yeah.
He promised everybody that they can go to the fight. And when we get to the door, it's always an issue.
Right.
But one thing about him, he will get his, at least Mr. Shakur, one security in, if not both, and myself. He will make sure we got in.
The night actually showed up to party, the night after shooting.
The party was over. The party was over. Probably.
I think the narrative he's going for is Suge Knight went to party after his homeboy got shot because he's the one that did it.
Still there at the club, but
There's too many, Rev, man.
it wasn't like no partying going on, especially after people heard what happened. I can see that.
All right, that's it for today, pretty much.
Big up, man. I thought, fucking hell, I watched a good amount of that. To Bumbo. You lot, go subscribe. Go subscribe to my YouTube, man. Go subscribe. Go subscribe, man. Go subscribe. Look, this is where, look, all my lives are, bro. Look, all the lives, bro. Where's the live? All right, don't show that. Look, members only. Where's my other lives? Why isn't it showing all of them? But yeah, anyway, membership. There you go. Look, all my lives. All my life. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's not cooperating. But yeah, go subscribe to me, man. Subscribe to me, man.